You think it's disgusting when I dispose of tampons appropriately in the garbage can? Okay. Obligatory. This happened to me 8 years back. It was the summer before my senior year in high school. And my best friend at the time invited me to come stay with her and her dad's family in Florida for 2 weeks. Much to my chagrin. On a beach vacation no less. I got my period. I had brought supplies with me just in case. And disposed of them wrapped up in toilet paper in the lidded garbage can in the shared bathroom we were using as one does. On the third day of the trip, her dad approached me to say that my friend's step-brother, who lived with them, had seen my period products in the bathroom garbage can. Like, were you digging around in there, ya weirdo? And was disgusted by it. He asked me not to throw them out there so his son wouldn't have to see that. Again, a lot harder to see than to avoid. Emo. But I digress. I asked him where he suggested I dispose of my disgusting products then, to avoid upsetting his son. I thought it was a kind of ridiculous request since this is a natural body process I can't control. But I wanted to do what I could since I was a guest there. But this man goes, just hold it in until we go out to dinner or something and throw it out in a public restroom. Sir, you have a daughter. How can you not know that's not how things work? When I asked him what I should do if that wasn't an option, he said, just flush it then. So he doesn't have to see it. Cue malicious compliance. Yes sir. Instead of wrapping up my used tampon in some toilet paper and tucking it into the trash can that has a goddamn lid, I will flush it down the toilet instead. The first one went down just fine. The second time it went down with a gurgle. But the third one made the toilet back up and overflow. I'll never remember the sight of my friend's dad pumping that toilet only for a partially dissolved, bloody tampon to float to the surface of the bowl. I went back to putting them in the trash. And he didn't say another word about it. I'm a man and I'll never understand why some guys are so uncomfortable with the female body. Some things just happen, haha. I'm amazed at the number of men who think women can hold it in, like period blood as pee or something. Not how biology works. Tampons, pads and cotton buds are the bane of wastewater treatment process plants. The fibers break of and form strings. Some get past the screens entirely. They gather forming rag ropes that block outlets. The biggest blocks I have seen required a day for a guy suspended from a crane in a man riding baskets going at it with a chainsaw. It also gathers in pumps blocking them. You are entirely correct in how you dispose of it. If only more people were as conscientious, it would stop a good few pollution events, because when this stuff blocks up, it overflows direct to watercourses. I don't think of periods as disgusting or bad or anything. It's a natural body process just like anything else. It does, however, remind me of a story of mine. I'm a man, and I lived alone after moving out of my parents' house. Several years in, I was dating someone long-term, and she was staying over 5 to 6 nights per week. My sink was outside of my bathroom, so I never had a trash can in there. No need, for the most part. For me, I never even considered it. One morning, I woke up and went to go pee. While that's going on, I look to my side and see something wrapped in toilet paper. My first thought was that my girlfriend left me a cute little present. I'm not a big fan of presents, gifts, surprises. But she is. So, I unwrapped it. You know what it was. But I had never seen a tampon, used or otherwise. It was completely absent from my life experiences to that point. It legitimately broke my brain for a few moments. I was still thinking it was a present. So I was trying to figure out what it meant. I was coming up blank. Then, I thought that perhaps she had a bad bloody nose or something in the middle of the night. I worried that she didn't tell me about it. Maybe I could have helped fetch some ice or something. Finally, I got there, realized what it was and threw it away. Later, I told her about it and she was a tad embarrassed, but had a good laugh at my expense. Afterwards, we'd occasionally leave wadded up toilet paper for each other as a joke, in the microwave, under a pillow, in a pants pocket. Good times. If I stabbed you, do you think you could hold it in until we get to the hospital so you don't bleed in my car? Had a work colleague with 3 daughters who kept flushing their tampons despite him telling them not to do so. He had expensive plumbing bills. What did your friend do with hers? How could the dad tell the difference between his daughter's product and yours? And why would he mention it to you instead of asking his daughter to do it? This guy clearly had some issues. So sorry you encountered this idiot. I'm 54M with 2 daughters and 3 sons. One thing I was always sensitive to was this issue. Many trips to the store to get supplies. The number of choices of products is overwhelming. This was a time cell phones weren't available, so I made a few return trips until I got things right. Pro tip: buy chocolate with the supplies. Your wife and other females in your household will be very grateful. I just wanted to say not all males are as stupid as the father in this story. Also, unless the son in this story is 6 years old, then the dad missed a teaching opportunity about some of the differences between the sexes, and to teach patience and empathy for women that have to deal with this biological facet of their lives. How ridiculous and rude to approach a guest in your home with a request which puts them on the spot, especially since you went out of your way to wrap and conceal it. I work for a plumbing company. One of our clients was a bar that catered to lesbians, and almost exclusively female clientele. At least a couple times per month we were called out to clear a blocked main drain. And the culprit was always flushed feminine hygiene products, despite covered trash cans in every bathroom stall, and signs in every stall telling patrons not to flush their tampons. Not the most appealing plumbing task, but a reliable moneymaker. I can understand his position had you just haphazardly thrown a used and unwrapped tampon in the general direction of a waste receptacle with no lid and didn't even bother looking to see where it landed. You did everything perfectly correctly. Some people just can't handle a function they're not used to. Ignorant dad learned his lesson, period. Did he think you could hold the blood in? Not to mention, holding in your pee is bad for you and can cause an infection. Hold it in. I wonder if he got off to talking to you about that. That sounds very weird to have a conversation about. I could be wrong, but weird. Some men are just comically horrified by period products. Idiots. My ex-boyfriend was almost phobic about it. He found it so disgusting he hated talking about it even. Not the only reason why we didn't last long, lol. My sister used to throw them in the WC too. Sadly, it happened a few times that she either forgot to flush them or they floated back, which gave the water a nasty red-brown color. It's always funny to see men uncomfortable with the female body, like I remember when I had to get an abscess drained at my mom's work and one of her friends had just given birth and was talking about needing breast pumping while my little brother left. I just laughed cause I really didn't have any other reaction. I always flushed mine. Everyone I know flushes theirs. We've never had plumbing issues from it. Maybe American plumbing is different? am Canadian.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.